Just to elaborate, that since the spore or panspermia carried in half the nucleotides on its spore and half on produced in the oceans themselves due to chemistry, and this fungus, which became the corals, ctenophores, and sponge, and other life forms that got put together from these three. Now, we theorize that it's about 1 billion years old, and some 1.5. I believe it's at least 2 billion years old. We just don't see that kind of age in fossils because things literally digest and process. Though usually invisible to the naked eye, mycelium is virtually omnipresent. It permeates nearly all land masses on Earth. A single cubic inch of soil can contain more than 8 miles of mycelial cells, and it knows you're there. So considering all of these animals are related to fungus, and coincidentally it looks like a mushroom, and our neural network, this whole neural network here with our heart and our brain and our nervous system, the squid, the heart, neural system with the ctenophores, or cnidarians, and our brain is the octopi. So the iron saline or iron salt water is going to evolve into blood, and the ocean itself acts as a type of cytoplasm. Here, this would be the cytoplasm or the oceans. This would be essentially the core, volcanic vents, the coronal radiation similar to the sun. This would be analogous to the electromagnetic field that's being radiated. So since our planet is essentially a chemical star or a molecular star, we're going to form in a nature similar to the planet and stars, because the stars produce the seed and what's going to become the planet. The planet is going to be our bodies. The oxygen is going to be the breath of life. And the breath of life gives us a life force because we're carbon-based, and the oxidation of carbon and the carbon-oxygen reaction. We have to breathe to keep the oxygen thermic. And just throwing this out here, and by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed, we oxidize, we age as we breathe, because that keeps that thermic reaction going. So we are consumed by the breath of life. So as I was explaining, that we get our motility, or our nuclear energy, our hypothalamus, limbic system, from our father, which is our nuclear, and our electrical from our mother, and we are carbon-based organisms. And the carbon-oxygen reaction produces carbon dioxide. So we breathe in, since we're carbon-based organisms, we breathe in the oxygen and emit carbon dioxide. Emit is technically time backwards. This is decaying, being consumed by the breath of life. Age. Now when the Holy Father throws spore onto the Mother Earth, this mycelium or fungal network that grows is going to breathe oxygen and emit carbon dioxide, or breathe carbon dioxide and emit oxygen, and that's what we get. A complete macrosymbiosis. Because only chemical energy, potential energy, and kinetic energy are all that exists. The chemical energy is going to be molecules, our star, our planet, a molecular star, organism.